To introduce myself, as you know, my name is Ram. I have about 8 years of experience as Oracle DBA, right?
Yeah.
So I work for an MNC out of Bangalore, India, and and my part-time I do the training also. It's more of a hobby to me, so to train. So then, so this is the training course is about Oracle Database Administration. So my first question would be, why choose training, right? So the obvious answer is training expands your product knowledge and also validate your expertise so that you can give yourself an edge in the job market, right?
Yeah.
Right. So with training or certification on Oracle, it will make you a better technologist by deep diving into effective database administration techniques, right? So you will be learning more about the database administration techniques. So that will definitely increase your value to your current and future employees also, right? And also promote your current job's stability. Now the reason why I mentioned this is, unlike other technologies, say for example you take up developing, right? So you have a lot of different platforms, right? You have C, Java, HTML, Python, so on, right? So initially there were other languages like Pascal and COBOL and so on. So for somebody who had expertised themselves in that, after some time they had to upgrade, or else they were no longer in demand, right? They were no longer required in general, right?
Yeah.
So but for your database, especially Oracle Database Administration, from the earlier versions, that is Oracle 8 all the way to the latest version, that is 12c, the core functionality has been the same. Only some of the features, they have been adding, they have been revising the versions. Okay, so for a DBA, all you have to do is learn those new features. You don't have to learn a whole new product all over again. You just have to learn what is new in the new release, right? So that kind of provides your job stability. Okay?
Yes.
So the top 5 reasons I could give for an IT professional to take up training on Oracle would be: first is salary enhancement, helps with career growth. You have a lot of flexible learning options where you can learn, like you have online mode, or you can go to any other institute. There are a lot of other ways of undergoing training, right? And you always have an expert instructor who's training you on those topics, right? So as myself, I'm an Oracle certified professional, so I'll be giving you all the knowledge transfer. Apart from that, I'll also help you out with the industry's best practices, right? So for a non-IT professional, it is a career starter. So somebody who's not into IT, they can start off their career. It is in correspondence to your Oracle certified associate certification. Generally, it helps for the beginners. Even professionals can also take that up, but it helps the professionals more, right? OCA is the first level of certification from Oracle, which states that you know all the basics of database administration, right? And apart from that, in the same training course, we have a lot of hands-on practice sessions. For each topic that we'll be discussing, you'll have a practice session, and along with that, you'll also get to know how it has been applied in the industry. It is not just the theory part of it, or not just the practical, but also how you apply it in the industry, right? The industry's best practice. Yeah. Okay. So our curriculum is developed to teach skills that are directly in line with your real-life IT jobs. You have an Oracle expert instructor who will reinforce topics with structured hands-on practice that will also prepare you for the corresponding OCA certification and also keep you up with industry's best practices, right? Okay. We have conducted a small survey where we have found 100% student satisfaction, right? Less than 1% have come back to take up classes again. Some of the classes, which they find a little bit difficult to understand, they have retaken the classes. Okay, so you can also be assured that we will always support you even after the training as well, right? So why choose Oracle Database Administration? See, when it comes to database administration, it's a very general topic, right? Especially for Oracle Database Administration is a very general topic. All the areas of your database are covered. But there are some specific topics like advanced topics like performance management, high level, grid, security, manageability. These are all more focused areas. So for somebody who has specialized themselves in these focus areas, are usually known as an Oracle expert, and Oracle experts are very highly placed in the industry and they are well paid also, right? Now if you want to become an Oracle expert, the first thing you have to do is learn SQL, then learn Oracle Database Administration. Once you are through with this, the next step is developing knowledge in any of these focus areas, right? So that will make you an Oracle expert, right? Once you expertise in any of these focus areas, you will be known as an Oracle expert. So the first step is to learn Oracle Database Administration. Okay. So administration learning path is designed to provide an effective curriculum plan for database administrators or who are even new to this role, right? So even if you're starting off as a database administrator, this learning path will help you achieve expertise in the long run. So you learn the skill and knowledge to install, configure and maintain your database. Once you learn the essentials, you can later develop advanced knowledge in any of those focus areas. So whether you attend a recommended course for the focus area or select advanced DBA topics for multiple focus areas or even pursue your certification, the curriculum is designed to meet your day-to-day challenges as a DBA. Right? That is where your industry's best practices come in. So since I am a full-time DBA, I can give you the insights. What is regular activity of DBA? What are the issues that we face on a daily basis? So all that can be shared with you, right? So in that knowledge transfer, all this will be shared. So it is like you do not have to, once you join or you switch over to being an Oracle DBA, that initial period is there, first few months where you take to adjust yourself, then learn what is happening and then adapt to that, right? So that can be speeded up. That entire process will be speeded up because you already have some advanced knowledge on what is going to happen, how the transition is going to be, right?
Yeah.
Right. The title of our course is Oracle Database 11g Administration Workshop 1 Release 2, right? So this is the title of our training course, okay? So here all the basics are covered, all the basics of database administration with a lot of hands-on sessions, and also the entire course is in correspondence to your OCA certification. Now why I have mentioned this point so many times is because usually people think that they have to again take up some other training or they have to undergo another entire training course to take up the Oracle certification. Well, that is not required. Okay, this training course caters to both as your certification as well as your industry orientation. Okay.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes, definitely.
This course is that covers like high availability, rack, XYZ. People talk about the
right, but no, unfortunately, it doesn't cover basically your advanced topics like high availability, which covers RAC and data guard. Then you have some advanced topics under performance management like tuning. Tuning basics is covered, but not the complete performance tuning.
If I want to rack and XYZ, what is
once you're through with this training course, you can take up another workshop that is there for at least 1 week or so, where you only learn RAC.
Okay.
Right. See, generally what happens is, since RAC is an advanced course, you need to have your basics correct, right? You need to understand the architecture of database, all the basic functionalities. You must be thorough. Once you are through with that, then you can learn RAC. If we start off directly with RAC, it would be difficult for you to understand as well as for us to deliver. Right. Right. So the general audience are for this training course database administrators, technical administrators, support engineers, technical consultants, Java developers, and also students. Right. So the only prerequisite is that you need to have working knowledge with SQL. I think in our case you have already prior knowledge on that, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now these are the course objectives. So you will learn how to install your software, how to create a database and how to administer it. Configure your database for an application. Now that is pretty important. You'll be as a DBA, you will do that a lot. Even for SQL also you will be doing that, right? Or configuring your database for the application, right? That is configuring the port numbers, right? Then allowing the network access. It's similar to database also. I mean Oracle database also. Then employee basic monitoring procedures. So databases, as you know already, they are never shut down, right? Production databases are always up and running. So monitoring is also a constant activity, correct? It is 24/7. So even for your Oracle database also, it is a full-time job. I mean a 24/7 activity. So you need to know exactly what to monitor and when to monitor, right? So that is very important. So once you learn that, monitoring is also become pretty easy, right? Then implement a backup and recovery strategy. So failure is common, every database at some point will face failure, right? So when you encounter a failure, how do you recover from that, right? So that depends on how good your backup strategies are. Your recovery is only as good as your backup strategy, right? So you need to learn to design excellent backup strategies. Try to aim for zero data loss, okay? And then finally move data between databases, that is copy data from one database to another database. So that is also something that you regularly do as a DBA, especially when you're upgrading your test environment. You might have to copy some data from your production and place it there, right? So you need to know how to move data between databases. So these are the entire course objectives. Now these objectives have been categorized into 18 groups. You can see there are 18 groups starting from introduction, installation of your software, creation of your database, then managing users, structure of your database and implementing database security, proactive maintenance, performance management, backup and recovery, and moving data. So these 18 modules contain the entire course objective. Okay. So generally we will discuss one module on one day, and the following day we'll do the practice session for that module, right? So we'll usually follow, since you are opting for weekend classes, maybe each weekend we can cover at least two modules. We can cover easily 2 modules with practice session. Okay, if you spend at least 2 hours, we can cover close to two modules. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So approximately the entire training course will take around 30 to 35 hours. Right. I think in your case it might take much less because you already have a good understanding on SQL and also
so
the
only the problem with the operating system. I need to learn an operating system. That is my backlog.
Okay. No, operating system, see, you perform only the minimum whatever is required. See, DBAs generally do not perform all your system administrator activities, right? You will have minimum access like creating files. Maybe if you go another step, how to configure network access. That's all.
Yeah.
Other than that, you will not, actually, install the operating system, right? Operating system is done by a system administrator.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that basics is covered. Okay, how to check the process at top operating system level, whether your database processes are running or not. So all that is covered in this training. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So as I said, it will take approximately 30 to 35 hours for the entire training to complete. Okay. So right. So after this, you can also attempt for your OCA certification also. And apart from OCA, you have other certifications from Oracle called OCP, that is Oracle Certified Professional, and Oracle Certified Masters. The Masters is the highest level of certification available with Oracle as of today. Okay. Right. So that is about the course. So you have any questions or queries?
Is it like RAC, data guard, XYZ, just for the stuff?
Yeah. RAC, see, data guard is nothing but your SQL log shipping.
Okay. What about the iGate or something? Is a new feature?
Golden Gate.
Sorry, Golden Gate. Yeah.
Golden Gate is a completely different product which caters to Oracle also, right? It not only it supports other products also, but it provides log shipping between multiple platforms. Say Windows to Linux, or Windows or Oracle to SQL, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
For migration, basically used for migration between multiple platforms. That's an entirely different product. Okay, but whereas high availability and data guard are built-in features of your database.
Okay.